Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are talking about American things that do not exist in Italy. Recently I've been coming into contact with a lot of new Americans that just got here or are on vacation here or are on study abroad here, and they find it so shocking that certain things that we are used to back home and are the norm back home aren't the norm here. Sometimes they even get really upset. So to avoid this situation, a lot of you guys watch my videos before coming to Italy. I'm making a nice little video in which I warn you about some of the big ones to not expect over here. So the first big one that exists in America, is an American thing but doesn't exist in Italy, are refunds. Yup, you heard me right. You don't get refunds in Italy. Say you buy something at H&M, you don't like it, it doesn't fit you, you don't want it anymore, you want to bring it back and get your money, you can't do it. At most, you'll be able to bring it back and get an exchange for equal or more value. Because what happens in America usually is you can get an exchange for something of equal or lesser value. Maybe it depends from store to store, but the first time that I actually did this, the only time that I did this, because I knew that refunds don't exist, so I tend to just either buy the right thing or don't buy that thing at all because I know it's gonna be an issue. One time I did have to get an actual exchange. So I went to the store and you couldn't even get something of equal or lesser value. It had to be equal or more value. If you got something that was like €1 less than the actual price of that thing, it wasn't okay. Like no store credit, no gift cards to cover the difference. That's how it is in like stores, clothing stores, but it also goes for restaurants and food things. You know that American habit we have of sending things back to the kitchen if it's not exactly what we ordered or we don't like it? You don't do that in Italy. I mean, I did it once when I was on exchange. We were at this place and I saw something on the menu that looked really interesting. It was like eggs and pasta. This thing came out and it was not what I was expecting. It seemed like pasta with raw egg sauce. Looked absolutely disgusting. Come to find out, it's a little plate called pasta carbonara, which I don't like. Because of this incident, I told them this is not what I was expecting. I cannot eat this, literally, and I sent it back to the kitchen. And I know that my teacher, because I was on exchange, was probably so embarrassed, and the cook looked shocked that I would send back his sacred pasta carbonara, but I did that. And I had no idea that that wasn't normal at that time, so I didn't feel any way about it. But fast forward to the future, and you see that you don't do that. I had a friend a couple weeks ago that ordered this thing from a restaurant. We were at a Chinese food restaurant, so it wasn't even like, you know, a Michelin star Italian restaurant. It was just a Chinese food restaurant, but she didn't like what she ordered. And I'm like, girl, they're not gonna give you your money back. You'll be lucky if they give you something else, but you're gonna have to pay for that. It's just something that we're not used to. It's different in the States. I don't know why this difference exists, but you can't come to Italy expecting refunds, expecting to send things back, because it's just not a thing that they do. And you'll be seen as rude and annoying. Second thing that does not exist in Italy, which is still kind of related to that restaurant ambiance, are doggy bags, take-home plates, boxes. So given the fact that American food portions are huge, I guess it's no surprise that oftentimes you go out, you order something, you're not able to finish it, and what are you gonna do? Throw it away? No, you paid like $30 for that plate. You're going to get a food box so you can bring it home. The idea of leftovers isn't really a super Italian thing. People make their food, they eat it, and that's it. The next day, they cook something new. Unless you live in a big city like Milan, you're living by yourself, you have no time to cook. I don't really see people doing pre-planned meals where they cook a huge amount of food on Sunday and they eat it little by little during the week. I don't see that here. It's not common. And so the idea of going to a restaurant, not finishing your food, and then bringing it back home to eat some other time is pretty foreign here. I mean, sometimes they'll let you do it, but it's not a common thing here. I've asked before and gotten the strangest looks, like, what? Other times I've asked, and you know, if they're nice, they'll just say, we don't have those. We don't have the boxes to let you bring back home. I've never had somebody rudely say, we don't do that, but friends have explained to me that it's not a common thing, and I know that leftovers aren't a common thing, so doggy bags and take-home plates aren't a common thing. Don't come here going to a restaurant, ordering all this all-you-can-eat things, not finish it, and then think that you can take stuff home. Because it's just not, it's not common, it's not a thing. I think it should be a thing though, because food waste is a huge problem in the world, and I can just imagine how much food gets wasted in Italy. I'm sure that food gets wasted in America too, but leftovers are a thing. Leftovers aren't bad. Let's discuss that in the comments. Do you guys really think that leftovers are this unhealthy, disgusting thing, da poveri? I can't really think of a negative for leftovers. So the last big one that doesn't exist in Italy is free water at restaurants. My American friends, please stop getting upset when you come to a restaurant and realize that they don't give you free water from the tap. If you want water, you have to order it. It's quite cheap. I mean, at max, you're gonna be paying like €2 for a bottle that you split with people. So you're gonna be paying like 50 cents or something, but restaurants typically do not give out complimentary water. But in most cities, you will find these water fountains that are attached to the ground, and they're actually quite complicated to use, and I don't drink out of them, but Enrico tells me they're really clean and safe, and he drinks out of them all the time. There is your free water. You can bring a water bottle around in the city, fill it up there, or get a drink and refresh yourself there. In Milan, they're all over the place, and that's your free Italian water. But you can't go into establishments and, ask for tap water, because it's just not a thing they do. If there are any Italians watching that know reasons behind any of the things that I've listed, why they're not done here, maybe there's some kind of cultural reasoning, feel free to let us know in the comments down below why these abitudini exist or don't exist. I'm super curious to know. Honestly, after 4 years, I don't even notice these things anymore. That's why I felt the need to make this video only after I saw quite a few American friends being upset at the fact that these things don't exist here. And I just kindly had to explain to them, y'all, this is Italy. This is the way it is. Like it or leave it. I'm sure there are many other things that exist in America, don't exist in Italy, or exist in Italy, don't exist in America. I want to know, which ones have you guys noticed? Which ones struck you the most? Let's start a conversation in the comments down below, because as always, these cultural differences are super interesting. I hope that you guys found this video useful. I hope that it will help you manage your expectations for when you come to Italy, and so that you don't have weird little instances that leave a strange taste in your mouth. I think that's gonna be it for this one. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.